Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review, finally, okay, for the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, season 13, part 3. It is over. We have made it through the season. We have made it through the foolishness, the bull crap, and the full of fucking niggardry, okay, as Rox would say, that went on this season between the ladies of Atlanta. I hope everybody's having a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all. We did all that on my other live earlier today. So again, let's move on. But again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Okay, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to like this video. Okay, like. If you're either on your way in, on your way out, while you're in here, hit the little thumbs up button and whatnot. Do not forget, if you are watching the replay, as I know you will, okay, you can like the video then too. Okay, do not forget to also comment in the comments section. You can hit the share button, share it on your social media, and all of that jazz. You can also relax, okay? Relax and relate and release. Center yourself and everyone around you, okay? You can also inhale and exhale, because it just helps you to stay calm, to center yourself, and to not want to somebody in the throat. Okay, and do not forget to follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner and things, okay? But let's get into Bologate, because that's what this whole thing was about, okay? Bologate, and Bolo, and the gate of it all, okay? So Andy asked the question to Kenya. We're going to get right on into it, okay? He asked Kenya, all the questions Andy asked are like fan questions or whatever, so he was saying, we'll leave that be. So he asked, like, okay, what was the agreement? What did the ladies discuss? After y'all cut the cameras off, after y'all asked the producers to leave, after y'all have actively went around the house and covered cameras, okay? What was the agreement, amongst the ladies? But what happened? And Porsha said how, he has anybody's question. I understand this. He has anyone's question. Porsha brought up how, once they wrapped, okay, they all wanted to have fun and enjoy the night. How Bolo could not really strip. He could not touch the ladies. He could not do anything that usually happens when a stripper comes through, because, again, the cameras are rolling. That is why Kandi's like, all right, y'all, because the cameras, we see them leave and all that stuff. They wanted to have fun. And once the cameras left, that is what we saw from angles from places that wasn't covered or whatever. So, again, the agreement was the cameras were wrapped so the ladies could have fun. Excuse me. Now, she also brought up how everybody was drinking, having a good time, whatever. It was like a real party. Now, while Kenya may want to be like, well, don't blame the liquor, just because somebody was, a Hennessy freak, whatever she said. At the end of the day, if you have never been to a bachelorette party, that's a true bachelorette party with strippers and fun, then you don't know that that's what really happens. Okay, yeah, Porsha gave all the teas of, y'all not bothering me at all. And I feel like around that, I think it was low key molded that Porsha was unbothered her. She was, okay, but she was like, I don't care. And the fact that Kenya and Marlo's whole point, this whole reunion, was we need to get Porsha to set her own mouth. Yes, I bang Bolo. I don't need a grown woman who don't pay my bills, who don't father my children, who don't mother my children, who don't live in my household, who has nothing to do with my regular life. I don't need them to admit anything. Because, again, Porsha admitting to whatever, don't do shit for no one. Okay, and I'm like, girl, the fact that y'all so bothered is hilarious to me. Okay, when Andy then asked Kenya a fan question, since everyone covered the cameras, it was clear no one wanted anything done, discussed, or talked about. So why did you still do it the following day? Kenya then said, we was at work. We were still at work. It was a cast house, so I feel as if, saying, we were still working. I was like, Kenya, The fact that Toya then said, but the cameras were down. And well, no, we were still working. And she was like, no, we were still working. She's like, no. When Andy then said no, the cameras were down and the crew had left. You have to understand the logo that was being used. Cameras were down, production had wrapped. That is what you feel as if, okay, I can say I'm not Mike anymore. I'm done working. Okay, I'm done working. If you on a cash trip, just because you're on a cash trip does not mean that means any conversation. I really wish they could tape kids' conversations with Mark just because the cameras are there. If it's a day of filming, okay, I want them to secretly record Kenya being ignored by Mark. Okay, because you make it seem as if, well, nothing really matters because we still always work as a reality show. I'm like, Kenya, you full of shit. You are full of shit. If that's the case, there was no need for the cameras to be down. Okay, girl. It was making me so aggravated. I think that either Porsha or Kenya has to go. The truth is old and tired. Kenya needs to go. Kenya gives nothing. Kenya's husband won't talk to her. Okay? Kenya can't show her daughter. Kenya did not even show anything for Kenya more hair care. Kenya needs to go. Porsha gave us her Dennis situation. Porsha gave us her protesting situation. Porsha then gave us the bullet situation. Porsha then gave us her beefing with Marlo. Kenya gave nothing about her own life. Kenya needs to go. Period. Kenya can go. Cynthia can go. I'll just say them two for right now. My thing is, it's dumb that Kenya's whole plot line this season was not about her husband leaving her alone in a pandemic with a baby or anything to do with the fact that she can't film with her own child. Okay? If you are on a reality show and you cannot film your life, why are you here? Even Cynthia gave us a wedding. Even Kandi gave us Riley going to college. Even Drew gave us Ralph in Tampa. Even Toya gave us her feuding with Fatima. Was it Fatima? Fallon. And feuding with the other girl, with Drew. Even Shamia gave us defending Porsha. Okay, and she's a friend of the show. Kenya is a peach holder and gave us basically nothing from her figure. Kenya only going to film with her lawyer about a divorce that has not happened yet a year later is bullshit. Okay? Kenya needs to go. Marlo was doing the absolute most. And in my opinion, she will not be back at a reunion. Marlo has ruined it for a friend of being at the reunion because she did too much talking. But we'll get into that later. But again, I said what I said. Kenya needs to go. Period. And I will say this. I get that Housewives of Atlanta had it the worst because they were the first show that filmed during the pandemic. So they were winging it. So I understand that they couldn't have that many events. And at that point in time, they was winging it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad that the season was lackluster, but even with a lackluster season, I feel as if y'all still gave us nothing most of the time, but I get it because it was during COVID. But again, back to Kenya and her bullshit of saying the cameras being down don't matter if you want to cast house. Anything that happened off camera, I can talk about. I'll give you that. However, you took it to the extreme. No one said Kenya couldn't joke about it. Kenya took what happened that day on that vacation, drug it out the whole rest of the season. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, anyway, Andy then asked Kandi a fan question. Like you asked the cameras to be removed so everyone could act freely, but why did you not ask Kenya to shut the fuck up? Okay, since you are the one of the few people who can have her listen to you. Now, no one can control Kenya except Mark. And Mark refused to deal with her. Mark is the only one who can get Kenya to shut up, but he won't deal with her. So she's on her own. Okay? Wow, Kenya, I respect Kandi. No, she don't. If you respected Kandi, you would, what did she say? You would not tell her how she got a dick in a box there, but could not get her kid there. Kenya needs allies, and that's really what it is. But I was like, boom. Kandi brings up how, well, first of all, I wasn't saying things that add to the story on camera, okay? And I did ask her why she talking about it the next day, but again, I can't control Kenya. Kandi could have done more. When Kenya brought up how Mike may propose to Cynthia, and Kandi was pissed because why would you say that? Kandi checked Kenya, which made Kenya know I shouldn't have did that. You could do the exact same thing with Ian. You don't really rock with Porsha, and you really didn't care because what she was saying was true, but you didn't care to keep it off camera, and that's not her job. But fine. Let it be what it's going to be or whatever. Okay, yeah. Kenya put 20 on 10. Okay, so she did not talk about Mark. That's what she then diverted all attention away from her and Mark to Porsha. That's all she did. And when anyone tried to bring that up, she would then say, "Oh, they're trying to distract y'all." No, bitch, you distracted people, but only your followers, people who like I can see 2 + 2 is 4. I see 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 meaning Mark ass ain't round there. Still ain't round there. Okay, sent you a fucking flower. Like, where he at? Mark don't fuck with you. Okay, she put 20 on 10 times 20 plus 13. Okay, that's what happened. We are going to get to that too. Okay. Look, I have notes now. You gotta stay with me now. Stay with me. Anyway, but again, leave that be. No one can control Kenya. Fine. So Andy then asked Kenya, a fan question. If the noise was coming from Kandi or Cynthia's room, would you have done all that you did this season to Porsha, to Kandi or Cynthia? She then says no, because they my friend. You know what I'm saying? And they would tell me what happened, and I would have kept it a secret. Oh, okay. So you get someone not wanting to talk about it on camera, but you feel the need to keep bringing it up, even though clearly Porsha was not addressing it on camera. No one was arrested on camera. Okay? Period. She then brings up how people can have sex and do what they want. Okay? However, I can exploit that for the TV show if I want to, if I was there. This shows you how how Kenya ain't shit. Because I feel as if going forward, everyone should exploit everything about Kenya. Her mama not wanting her day not being around, her feet sometimes being ashy, Mark not being around, while she ain't got no friends, her dog died. Exploit everything that has ever played out on the show. Because in Kenya's words, I can exploit it for TV if it happened while I was there. Okay, well, fine. I'm on the sport. Everything in your life, okay, because you on that bullshit, Kenya. I was like, bitch, and not that I feel as if what she said was wrong, but I feel like at some point you have to get, as a grown-ass woman, someone else's cooch ain't my business. Okay? Porsha's cooch should not be your business for the rest of the season. Okay? That should have happened the trip and maybe the week after. This is not something that should have been discussed even at the goddamn Christmas party. Girl, get out my fucking face, okay? They then get on to Kandi's part that she played in or whatever, okay? Kandi brings up how Marlo keeps saying how Kandi know what happened. But it's like, I feel like, Marlo, you should say what you know happened, okay? Don't talk about what I may have known that had happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stop bringing me in to what you and Kenya is trying to do with Porsha. Because even though Kandi was on some bullshit this season, I still feel like Kandi wasn't trying to actively throw Porsha up under the bus. I don't believe that. Okay? She was on some bullshit all season, yes, but she wasn't trying to actively throw Porsha up on the bus, and this is why. Because how she later explains, the reason I did tell Marlo about what happened with Porsha and Bolo was because at that point in time, I assumed and I thought that Marlo and Porsha was still cool. I didn't know until later That was a mistake. And you want to know why? Because Marlo then took that information and ran with it. Okay? Kandi felt like, I'm cool with Porsha and I heard it. Marlo's cool with Porsha. Let me go talk to her about it because, again, she cool. She won't say shit. Marlo then instantly took that information, knowing what happened, and was doing shit. Talking to Porsha, not Porsha, but no, asking Porsha, asking Kenya, getting info from Kenny. Marlo was the culprit, pushing the buttons here and there because, again, she had direct information from Kandi. But I can say, as Kandi said, I assumed at that point Marlo and Porsha was still cool, so it wasn't a big deal. That's the only reason I feel like it wasn't an issue. But later on, the fact that you did not tell Porsha, hey, Porsha, just heads up, Marlo, no, I told her some things that would not. Beware. Okay, beware. Right. That was the only reason that she said something. The only reason. Okay. And yes, Marlo ain't loyal to no one. Kandi should be pissed and never trust Marlo. Ever. Okay. And we've seen them, what was the picture at? Going back and forth. Okay. Kandi should not trust Marlo. Period. Because Marlo at every turn said, Kandi told me exactly what happened the following day. Kandi said this, Kandi said that. Kandi said this, she said that. Kandi said it all. Okay. Marlo was throwing Kandi up under the bus the whole time. The whole time. And the only reason I think Porsha was not upset about that was because, again, as Kandi said, I said it when I thought that was cool. That's like Kandi talking to Cynthia about Kenya. You don't think it's an issue because they cool. So that's the only reason I'm going to give Kandi 2 good points of, you innocent on this, okay? Now, she's still guilty on other 98 points, but again, it's fine. Kandi could have told Porsha, she could have. She could have. And that's why I say Kandi only gets a little bit of leeway for the reason she told Marlo. And the thing about it is, Kandi, no one's lying about what happened. So we're not going to make it seem as if Kandi is spreading rumors. She's just talking about something that actually did happen. Kenya and Marlo are the ones who own some bullshit. Okay, let's make that clear. Okay, Marlo didn't have me mad for not. Yeah, Marlo owns some bullshit. We're gonna leave her be. They then get on how. No, Marlo then said Porsha's a liar because Kandi wouldn't lie about it. We don't care, Marlo. But when she then brought up how the whole reason we here, the whole reason theme with the dungeon, all this is Porsha's fault. Porsha. They then bring up the whole Porsha, Phaedra, Kandi shit from 4 or 5 seasons ago. I'm looking like, what? Porsha got up and did a whole walk around the whole set. Oh, it's me. I'm the one. It's all for me. I'm the cause of this. Okay, let me do a lap around the table since I'm the culprit that made all this go down. I did not like how they brought that up from before. I feel as if Marlo and Kenya was on bullshit again. Okay, and let me say this: Kandi can feel away from years ago. I was Porsche side. I'm not saying that Kandi can't feel away. Kandi didn't bring it up. Marlo did. Kenya did. They can't feel no way. Period. And my thing is, Kandi can feel away. However, if you choose to try to move forward, then try to move forward. Period. But Marlo and Kenya have no right to feel any kind of way about what Kandi and Porsha went through 4 seasons ago. Period. At all. Period. Hard stop. Let's move on. Okay. Kenya brings up how Porsha lies so much or whatever. Porsha, we know you lie about your marriage. And she do. Kenya keep trying to divert our eyes, our thoughts away from the bullshit that she has going on between her and Mark. Let's not talk about that because Portia's a liar. Let's not talk about that because Porsha this and that. No, bitch, you lying about that fucking marriage. You are lying about the marriage. Okay. I want to read some comments. I'm trying to see things. Can someone remind me of other than season when did Porsha call Kenya a liar? I'm not saying she didn't. I don't remember. I think Kenya's issue is you said I was lying this season, I think. But again, she also full of shit. Okay. Kenny needs to feel honest about her feelings, though. Kenny throws subtle shade towards Porsha. She does. She absolutely does. And I feel as if that's an issue that I have. You either gonna move forward or no. You can feel some kind of way if you want to, but you can't feel some kind of way and want to act as if you're moving forward. Because what happens is you get into a mood where you don't want to be truly neutral. And when you do that, what happens is it causes bullshit. Okay? But again, that's what it is. If Kenya and Marlo claim to be friends with Kandi, why keep bringing up something that hurts Candy's in her person? True. And Kandi said every time that comes up, it makes me feel some kind of way. So again, why keep bringing it up? Because again, in my opinion, Porsha and Kandi could honestly move forward if people stop bringing that shit up. Okay? Truth be told, that it could possibly happen. But Porsha's point was, you lie about your marriage, you know what I'm saying? And you have lied about every man you brought around here. I'm a grown woman. You can't tell me nothing. Tell me who you fucking. Kenya ain't fucking nobody. Not even Mark, okay? So again, it's like Kenya is worried about the wrong shit all up and through. Now, Andy asks, why are y'all trying to slut shame Porsha and talking about who she may have possibly banged out on the trip or whatever? Kenya then says, because I'm a dog with a bone. I'm a dog with a bone, and Porsha's a liar. The fact that Kenya is admitting, I won't let this go because it's Porsha. That's what it is. I will not let it go because it's Porsha. If I don't hold on to this bone, what else can I talk about? Because no one else has anything else going on, so let me be the dog with his bone and leave it be that. Porsche, like, why are you so bothered by me? Like, you're trying to slut shame me. It's a shame. I'm saying, why do you care about what I do with my body? You look upset and ridiculous. Okay, I wish you were this obsessed with your husband. If you was, maybe I would not be divorcing. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Kenya spends so much time concerning season about Porsha. The fact that you spent more time talking about Porsha and her cooch than your husband, your daughter, shows your loyalties and your allies and your brain is all in the wrong section of where you should be at. It should be in your marriage and your child. Period. Okay. Now on Porsha, it was like, well, yes, it could be a song. Okay. Porsha, yes, she did carry the whole part 3. Porsha was in the hot seat, mainly for not wanting to admit that she banged Bolo. However, as she said, I am a single fucking woman. You can't come at me about what I do. So keep coming. I won't be frazzled. Keep coming. I'm going to leave it be. Yeah, old Porsha would have fought and beat Kenya's ass. Truth be told. And I was like, for what? And yeah, Kenya looked crazy. Because again, you are more obsessed about me than your husband. Okay, if you were obsessed with him, y'all would not be divorcing. He would at least come around, come visit. But no, you worry about who I'm fucking and not who your husband may be fucking. Because let's be honest, Mark is over there in New York fucking somebody. It's not King. Because ain't no way she's going to visit that man in New York and she do not stay at his house because he's fucking someone else. Okay? He has a whole girlfriend. Anyway, Andy's like, okay, let's just play devil's advocate. Okay, let's just say Porsha did fuck Bolo, but for her own reasons did not want to discuss it. She wanted to leave it off, the floor or whatever. Why keep, talking about it? She goes, well, because she called me a liar, so it matters. I don't think she called her a liar in the aspect of that she fucked Bolo. I think her point was, leave me alone. I ain't said she leave me be, because the one time Porsha said, are you saying that I fucked Bolo? At the table in South Carolina that following day, when Marlo and Kenya came downstairs, friendly, and Marlo was bringing up, I heard noises last night, and Porsha did absolutely look bothered and aggravated. The fact she knew at that point that Kenya and Marlo was on some bullshit from the get-go, okay? And when she then said, well, I heard noise coming from that side of the room, Porsha said out her mouth, so you said that I did it? Kenya then said, no, I never said you. Never. Kenya never. So that's the point. Kenya is acting as if like Porsha's like going after her, but she isn't. Porsha's whole point was stop talking about it and trying to allude to the fact that I did it. Stop putting Marlo's ass on the dog chase to chase me around or whatever. Leave it be. And also, I'm gonna say this: Porsha did start acting different towards Marlo after that trip. However, for good reasons, okay? Because as we see, the fact that the minute that Marlo felt like Porsha was not honest with her about who she fucked when it isn't Marlo's business, she instantly turned on Porsha. Porsha had every right to know I can't talk to her the same because she already on some bullshit. So let me start changing shit up. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who can see, okay, you moving different, so let me move different too. Okay, I'm not gonna cut you off in full, but I can't chit chat with you as much as I usually do because you on some bullshit. Because Marlo, the following day, at that table, kept bringing up what happened because she wanted it to be talked about because Marlo and Kenya talked about it in her room. Okay, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, see, she know Marlo for her works, and Marlo showed her whole ass this whole reunion. But Marlo did that to Nene. When Marlo and Nene fell out, and Marlo got cool with Kenya, she then dogged Nene. Remember, Marlo was the one who said that Nene and her had fucked the same, messed around with the same guy. That came from Marlo because Marlo, when she fell out with somebody, she starts saying shit that happened, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool. That's what she do. But I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, Porsha was like, look, get out my cooch, get out my panties. Why are you concerned with what I do? What is the point? Then Kandi jumps in, and Kandi wants to compare this situation of Porsha and Bolo and who said what to her situation before. I'm like, how does this go back to 4 years ago? It was because she's then, if y'all was kissing, and then 2 years later, somebody said, well, so and so said that y'all were lesbians. I'm like, what? I didn't get what Kandi meant by trying to compare what Porsha said about her 4 years ago to this current situation at all. I didn't get it. And not to say it was bullshit. I was confused on what she meant. And I was like, what are you talking about? Now, when Porsha brought up how would you want to bring up what happened 4 years ago now to make me seem like the bad person? I have apologized. I have made amends with Kandi or whatever. This is some bullshit. I was like, yes, it is. It really, yeah, Kandi was foolish. I was so confused at what she meant. I was like, I don't get it. I know at one point Porsha said, that Kandi had like a lesbian lover or whatever, but Kandi isn't the freaky shit. That's whatever. But to compare Porsha saying that to saying, okay, because y'all two kissed, someone can then say y'all lesbians. I'm like, well, I mean, I was so confused. I'm like, was Kandi drunk? And she don't drink. I was like, Kandi showed her slip when she brought that incident 4 years ago. She was, and again, it was weird to me because I did not get the point of bringing it up. But again, Marlo brought it up. Kenya then kept talking about it, and then Kandi never said, you know what, that shouldn't have anything to do with this, because it didn't. It honestly didn't. It did not. Yeah, the whole cast is bisexual. Marlo knew the truth and act like she didn't know. Yes, Marlo knew the truth the following day. Marlo knew. Kandi knew. I think Drew knew. I think most of the women knew, basically. But just no one except Kenya and Marlo was talking about it. And that's the part that I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit. Because you can't be just acting as if, okay, well, we know to not talk about it. We're gonna let Kenya do it. Because Kenya's full of shit too. Anyway, so this is my thing. I don't consider Porsha a liar. I don't. Mainly because she didn't have to tell anyone what happened in her bedroom. She didn't owe anyone an explanation. She didn't owe anyone a reason to what was going on. She didn't owe anyone anything. And if you keep asking me about something and I ain't saying much of nothing, I ain't saying much of nothing at all, but y'all are alluding to that it was me. Okay. Porsha did lie when she was asked on camera by Marlo if she did it. And she said, well, no. At that point, it was like, I'm not having this conversation with you on here. Yes, they have all lied about something. I think Kenya the most. Okay? She's lying right now. And again, it's the difference between I'm not talking about this right now. I would like to stop trying to punish Porsha. That's not really another place. Forgive Porsha or move on. And this thing, there's nothing to forgive Porsha for. You know what I'm saying? Forgive her for what? For fucking somebody? Look, people have one night stands. People sleep with who they want to sleep with. Porsha's a grown woman with her own money, her own house, and all of that. There was never any reason to take this situation outside of the trip. Because if y'all know she fucked them, okay, fine. So she fucked them, leave it at that. But there was no Porsha does not owe anyone an explanation. She does not owe anyone an apology. And she don't owe Kenya or Marlo her business. She doesn't. And Kenya bring up how if it was Cynthia or Kandi, she wouldn't have done all this because they would have told her what happened. But I wish someone would have said, but what if they did not want to tell you what they did? Would you have still done what you? Because the thing is, Porsha just did not want to talk about it with anyone about what she did. That was the issue. I'm not talking about it. It ain't y'all business. Leave me be. But Kenya and Marlo kept with it. So they asked about, Kandi, if she's better had it with Porsha. And again, I'm going to always feel some kind of way. And she has the right for that. That's fine. I'm not going to negate that. But she then brought up how I felt like we were getting better in this season or whatever, the better space. I thought they were too. But there's always someone that throws something in there that makes them fall out. And this time it was Kenya and Marlo. But I don't see how Kandi was not going at Kenya or Marlo, who kept tossing her up under the bus. Okay? Period. Now, any of the time she go off on whoever. This is how we know it was an alliance. But y'all all made yourself look like boring bitches. The fact that Marlo and Kenya and Kandi had to have an alliance, and Porsha, for the most part, stood on her own, to me shows y'all can't handle her. And all she did was say, I'm not going to talk about it. Why do y'all care about my puss? Leave my puss alone. But you got Watch Dog 1, Watch Dog 2, which is Kenya and Marlo out here trying to bark, 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 and y'all look stupid and foolish the whole time. Right, Marlo don't have a dog in this fight. Okay, sit down. This real world dummies were believing that Ken and Todd were going to. Well, we see this thing. We that has already been discussed, dissected, discussed again, forgotten about. That's neither here nor there. What happened 4 years ago to me don't matter now, because as Porsha said, me and Kandi have made amends, and was moving past that. That whole thing was discussed 3 years ago. Okay, it has been 3 years of that being handled. Because as we see, Porsha and Kandi were getting along this season. The fact that before the trip, we seen Kandi and Porsha high-fiving each other at the bus before leaving to go on the trip. So when Marlo or Kenya said how Kandi and Porsha wasn't that cool before the trip, they were. So it's like it was just bullshit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to keep reiterating, Porsha does not owe anyone an explanation or an apology for who she bangs as a grown woman in her own room on the cash trip. Okay? If y'all heard the noises, you know what happened. If Marlo and Kenya and Kandi and whoever else heard fucking noises as adult women, y'all know what happened. To then discuss it When you see someone does not want to discuss it on camera, to me it's bullshit. Kandi, not Kandi, Kenya, you can't show your child on camera. Your husband won't come on camera. Your family won't come on camera. Your daddy will not come to visit you on camera. So my thing is, let's not act as if there are things that you do not want to discuss on camera that they allow you to not talk about. And because you have nothing to talk about, you want to lean on Porsha fucked somebody one time on a trip. Okay, I have to. Everyone, a lot of people have somebody on a trip here or there. It's just complete bullshit to act like it's a big deal. The lies on the dump, so I didn't pay attention to her. Oh, that's someone else. But yeah, it's just like move on. Not when she wore a toupee to work. What? That toupee. Okay, back to my notes. With Kandi bringing up how she feels some kind of way about what happened, the years ago. But she did find they'll get to a better space. Porsha was like, look, y'all can bash me all y'all want about Bolo. Fine. Okay. However, I'm sorry to bring up 4 years ago today to try and make me out to be a bad person. Bullshit. I've already apologized. Made amends to Kandi. We have been rebuilding a friendship, and that was supposedly, that wasn't cool for Kandi to make it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, it ain't be that. I like I said, you can't shame, y'all can shame me. No, you can't shame me because I'm single and can do what I want. She was owning the fact that she banged him, but I don't have to talk about it. That was her whole point. I don't have to talk about it. Now, when I asked Porsha how she felt about watching Kandi chit chat and gossip with Don Juan, I liked her response. I did not know Kandi's mind space at that point in time. If she felt the need to say that, that's on her. Okay. She don't owe me nothing. And if that's the rock, then I know what it is now. And I felt like that meant I can't expect Kandi to defend me or not do what she wants to do. She can feel how she want to feel. However, what I can say is she don't owe me shit. But now I know which route we taking. I know what it is now. Boom. And that wasn't a dig at Kandi. It was just a true moment of, I see you. I see what it is. And I can't complain because of what I did. So I'm going to leave that be. Okay? That's her headspace. Fine. Porsha did not come to play with you hoes in this reunion. She took it all. She did. She took it all. Okay? The person who I think had the worst part of the reunion was probably Drew. Her lies. Anyway, Andy gets on Marlo and Kenya's friendship. Marlo brings up how, I'm taking baby steps or whatever in our friendship. Kenya then say how she can trust Marlo because Marlo's a straight shooter. Marlo then said, I don't trust Kenya at all. Okay, not yet, because I don't even feel comfortable in her house. The fact that Marlo in some way is still telling Kenya, but I don't trust you. To me, that means Marlo is just in it where she can get in it. I need someone to be my ally here, and then that's it. I was like, girl, bye. So they asked Marlo a fan question about, if you were not friends with Kenya, if you were not friends with Kenya, would you still be going at Porsha with this Bolo shit so hard? And Marlo brought up how, since Kandi told me the truth, with sharing with Porsha, I feel like Porsha's a liar, and I can't trust Porsha. And that Porsha was acting different after she became cool with Kenya. And I'm like, well, no, not really. Okay, not really. Thank you, Ash Tuck, for the super chat. The bigger picture is this is the Me Too era, and Porsha was drunk, so her consent can be non-existent. She doesn't remember some parts, so legally. I agree with that, but I feel like Porsha know what she did. I don't think it's even a thing of consent. I think Porsha's thing was, I'm not going to talk about it. I think Porsha wholeheartedly know what she was doing. I don't think, that will be into question. I think her point is, I'm a grown woman. I did what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, whatever. Can't see this question. Kenya said that they were working and that's why she was talking about it. But wasn't Kenya the same person that got mad at Kandi for bringing cameras to her room with the child? Yes, because Kenya's a hypocrite. She's a whole hypocrite. Okay? And I feel as if nobody realizes how much of a hypocrite her ass is. And they said in the part 2 of the reunion that Kenya wants people to treat her a certain way. She wants people to accept things within herself, but she don't get the same thing back. So you coming down on Porsha for shit that you would not want to be done to you. And your excuse is, what if it was me? No, if it was you, people would care because you married. A married woman fucking a stripper, that's a story. That's a story. But Kenya, Marlo, Porsha is single. Okay? Single. So leave her be. But again, I like how Marlo was saying, not like how Marlo, I get how Marlo was saying that Porsha was acting differently because she was different with Kenya. And Porsha called bullshit. She's like, no, you done. Because one, Cynthia's cool with Kenya. So is Kandi. So is Shamia. People who I'm cool with are cool with her. So why would I have an issue because you cool with her? That's it. It wasn't the fact that Marlo just got back cool with her. It was funny she got back cool with her was on bullshit. Okay? On bullshit. Now Marlo brings up how these names. Porsha brings up how Marlo was doing all this for attention for the show. I agree. Marlo has been the longest running friend of any housewife show I can think of right now. And she always wants attention. And when Marlo said, well, no, I was here first. You always looked up to me and been a fan of mine. I said, a fan, bitch, a fan of a friend? Girl. And she then tells Porsha, you need lipo and you have horse teeth. And she then proceeded to make noises and hop around in her chair like a horse. At this very moment, I said, Marlo will never get a peach because there's never any housewife on the history of the show that has called someone who said you have horse teeth and then acted like a horse. Okay? Even when Nene and Sheree was going back and forth about fix that face, fix their body, whatever, they did not, act out shit. I was like, what is wrong with Marlo? Was she high? Was she drunk? There's some pain meds. There's some pain meds and alcohol with them lipo. And first of all, Porsha don't need lipo. Okay, let's stop telling women who aren't a size 0 to get lipo. Okay, let's stop doing that, Marlo. Because your go-to move, baby, lipo, don't put that on other women. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Porsha don't have 4 teeth. I was like, bitch, the audacity. The audacity. Yes, we were rooting. Look, Marlo, I was rooting for you last season and the beginning of this season. Okay? I'll say that. But you trying to shame Porsha about fucking Bolo, now calling her fat and telling her that she has horse teeth. And I was like, she was dancing. I was like, bitch, really? At your old age? Really? I said, yep, she will not get a peach. Ever. Like, never, ever, ever. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. And I was like, it's just bull of the shit or whatever. So what else did they get on? Because I feel as if it was a little bit more. It was a little bit more. Drew and the Prophet and Latoya. I don't care. Okay. This was Toya's face about certain things and whatnot, and saying, look, Drew brought up how, at the end of the day, other prophets who were supposed to attend the baby blessing chose not to come because of negative energy and rumors surrounding Prophet Lots and Latoya. I'm going to say this as a Detroit born and bred native or whatever. People here, sometime, if there are rumors within churches or whatever, people will be like, nope, nope. So while Drew was full of shit a lot, this season, I will say that to me sounds truthful because of other prophets hear about rumors of some guy messing with someone within the church or whatnot. They will try like, okay, we can't do that or whatever. So I do feel like there was like 18% truth to that explanation of it. However, the issue I still have with Drew is you kept trying to blame Toya for what the prophet was doing, and that part I did not like. But I also felt like Toya should have understood if she's saying the issue is because of whatever room was about y'all, other people's or other prophets of the pastor did not want to get involved. Okay, I felt like that was true, and even because they all knew it would be on TV. Okay, so again, here in Detroit, that does happen. People don't want to associate with bullshit, so they'll be like, okay, nope, I'm good. And the fact that the prophet was on the show, at least via, FaceTime or whatever, it was kind of weird. And now Drew, who then seeing the prophet was out in the streets or whatever, and now there are rumors and stories about him. I'm like, Drew, see, Drew on that bullshit. You own that bullshit. But it's truth in the fact that there are false prophets. So again, I feel as if with Latoya and with Drew and the prophet, all of them are lying in one way or the other. I do feel like Latoya and that prophet has something going on. I don't think it was a full-fledged relationship. I don't think that, but I do think they like each other and could have, a little bit, whatever. But I feel as if Drew put 20 on 10 and made it seem as if Toya broke up something that the prophet had, and that was not true. So again, I think all of them are lying a little bit about stuff. Okay, but yeah, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's not that much, girl. Leave it be. Anyways, that Drew and Toya made up. Okay, and they're gonna try to go to church together. Fine. Okay, they get on the whole $1,000 gift situation. Drew admit that she should have absolutely went ahead and got a real gift and not just had the gag gift. I'm happy she knew that. So fine. Porsha and Kenya's fruit. Okay, so we know from when they first started, Porsha and Kenya have always had issues. Okay, and they kind of got cool again when they was all pregnant, because as Kenya brought up how she was pregnant, Shamia was pregnant, and so was Porsha at the same little time. So that's how they kind of bonded and whatnot. Okay, so they asked what happened. What happened to make y'all fall back out after y'all bonded with having y'all babies. Okay, now this is after the time when Porsha drug Kenya. Okay, that they had already made up from that. This is from like last season. So now, Kenya brought up her issue with Porsha was that, I saw Porsha and Kandi laughing at how I act with Mark from that bowling alley scene when we seen him call her Ken. The first time we saw Kenya and Mark interact was this time. And her excuse was because I seen Kandi and Porsha laughing about that hurt me. And why didn't she come to me and ask how I'm doing? Well, how are you cool with Kenya? I mean, with Kandi. If your issue was seeing Kandi and Porsha fuss, how are you not upset with Kandi too? How is it your obsession just with Porsha? Okay, bullshit, and that hurt me. Why did you? Kenya, shut up. Okay, Porsha, like, for me, I saw how she treated my friends. Meaning, I saw how she brought the candy lady around to Tanya, who was my friend. Okay, and because I saw that, I didn't like it. And when I saw her doing that bullshit, I made the choice to not want to move forward with the friendship. Kenya's rebuttal was, I never treated you a certain type of way. Meaning, I may have done fucked up to your friends, but not to you. And I feel as if that is a prime example showing that Kenya don't even understand friendship, because you can't say to me, I may have pissed your friend off, I may have done things wrong to your friend, but not to you. So you shouldn't care. No, bitch, that's not how it works at all. Okay. Yeah, true. But that's my point. Kenya is making up shit. Family that be. Porsche, like, with me and Kenya bonded over our kids. Okay, at that point in time, she was one. Kenya was, was nice at that point. But I can appreciate and I understand Porsche, like, Kenya is toxic. You know what I'm saying? And when I see how she acts towards people, you know what I'm saying, it don't sit well with me. And for that, as well as the fact that she does things that triggers me, I'm like, I had to let that shit go. Okay, the same way I've done that with Kandi. Meaning, I don't fuck with you. So I let it die off and let it go. Okay, and that's what it was. Yeah, she did bring up Porsha. Porsha did bring up Marlo's hair event, how Kenya came with a whole band. Okay, and Porsha was laughing because it was funny. It was funny of the audacity of someone coming with a band. Okay. But I'm like, it's just it is. But I was like, that was funny to me. But Kenya said that shit. But I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, they just can't be friends. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. And it's been going on for a long time. Fine. And Kenya then said how she had tried to let their feud go, but then things happen. Whatever. And Porsha brings up how it was unfortunate. But she just made the choice to do that because again, Kenya be on some bullshit. Kenya then brought up how, but you have never defended my situation with my daughter and you were passive aggressive. I don't know what she was talking about. Why? I don't know what she wanted Porsha to do as far as her child. That part confused me. But I was like, whatever. Well, let me read some of your comments. I can see things or whatever. It depends. Just because my friend falls out with someone doesn't mean I have to fall out with them. It's not about them falling out. It's about how people treat people. I can't, if I see you being stupidly rude and disrespectful to my friends, I can't do that because I see how you treat people. And that's how, if someone come at my friend that way and they feel as if they are justified in that, I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. It's just weird to me that no one understands in friendships. It's not about picking a side, but you can watch someone's movements. And if you watch someone's movements, you see what they really move flaw. You know what I'm saying? It's how they do. I can't rock with that. Let me step back because if she does that to me, she brought up how that would trigger me and how I used to be. So I can't do that. Okay, but I'm gonna leave that be. She was talking about Nene calling her water buffalo. She said it on the show, but yeah, I'm like, that's Nene saying something. Okay. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I just, right, you can't treat my like shit. You can't. No, I've told people you cannot fuck over my friends and think we cool. It's a difference between it's a difference between if it's I'm gonna take my shirt off. It's a difference between if it's 4 friends, right? And 2 friends fall out for regular reasons. Neither person has done anything wrong, but they fall out. I can still be cool with both people because they had a falling out. Cool, but that ain't what happened. What happened is Kenya purposely brought a woman around to try to hurt or demean or hurt the feelings of Tanya. That was on some bullshit. I'm like, true, they made up. Porsha had to make up for that with Shamia. But again, I'm gonna stop because we're gonna keep going back and forth. Anyway, they get to Drew. Drew, I like Drew's point. Drew brought up how even with Kenya, she felt like Kenya did not give her a chance. But I think Drew was also looking for a moment all season. Again, a little moment or whatever. But again, it's like I felt like you did not like me from the beginning. And I looked up to you. I wanted to meet you or whatever. And it's just what we said. Drew, you're always lying. I'm looking like, well, I mean, I don't think that Kenya liked Drew. I don't, but it was what it was. Now, did I miss it? Oh, I did miss it because at one point when Porsha was going back and forth with Kenya, and she says, "Why are you so obsessed with me? If you would bring it up," she told her that she should be obsessed with her husband. I think I said it already. I did. I'm like, because I don't want to miss that anyway. But because I'm like, I don't want to miss stuff. Shamia finally spoke for the first time all episode, and she just brought up, I don't want anyone calling me a lap dog. I'm not a lap dog. I'm my own person. And when Porsha then spoke up for Shamia, Marlo then said, finally, Porsha finally spoke up for Shamia. Yeah. Then Porsha and Marlo was going back, and I'm like, oh, don't do this. Honey, Porsha said, I feel threatened, okay? I feel threatened by you, a felon. I need security to walk me to the back. I don't trust you. I was like, Lord, you fucking felon. You don't know how to act yet. Go back to jail. I say, no, don't send it to jail. Please, no. You go back to jail. I was like, it was just like, how did we get here to Porsha telling Marlo to go back to jail? No. It's just weird, you know what I'm saying? I, I don't know. Kenya was nice. No, I just missed it. Kenya was nice to Drew when they first met. Where was she? Oh, because the first meeting was at the thing with the wig, right? Because wait, but when Drew, Toya, and Kenya was at the same place, I think that's when Kenya was acting funny because of Latoya, though. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna let that be. Porsha did a lot of wrong to Shimmy. On speak on that, Marlo brought up other stuff Porsha did. I'm not gonna listen to Marlo bring up things that Porsha did wrong because that's asinine. I feel like Marlo doesn't like Porsha now. So Marlo gonna bring up whatever she can. If Shamia don't bring it up, if Porsha don't bring it up, I ain't listening to Marlo. No ma'am. No sir. No thank you. Yes, Marlo, this whole episode was pressed for a peach. And I felt like Andy was even getting mad or just frustrated with how much Marlo kept wanting to talk, how much she kept wanting to go back to, Bolo. That was Marlo's whole thing. Bolo, 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 Bolo. And okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I was like, okay. Just get him. I mean, it was a joke. She was joking. Y'all see, y'all have to. Marlo can't call anybody a bad friend. Look how right. Marlo stays on the show by jumping friends. That's true. She was friends with Nene, then jumped to be friends with Kenya, then jumped back to Nene, then jumped with Porsha, and then jumped with Kenya. So that's her, line of jumping on vaginas. Andy was shutting them down this whole part. I think because look, they spent too much time on Bolo. The fact that it was a 3-part reunion, mainly because of this Bolo thing, was bullshit. This did not need to be 3 parts. It could have really just been 2. And that to me shows Porsha carried the season. The whole season was about what Kenya and Marlo wanted Porsha to admit. And that was really it. We'll see who makes it to next season. Because it was funny. They did have all these. No, they had Shamia, Marlo, and the time Toya leave, and each lady gave their takeaway from the season. Celia brought up how this year was like don't take anything for granted. Kandi brought up to focus on family and live life to the fullest. Kenya said she has to learn how to handle her fear or what to do for her daughter. Drew said healing in her marriage, life, and in the world. And Porsha brought up how she has found that you have to do what works for you. I was like, girl, I just, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. There should be no line. Like you can be friends and not have alliances. Because when you have alliances, it means you can't be honest when bullshit is going on. Kandi should have been more honest and more vocal about bullshit. So should have Cynthia. Kenya should have not focused so much on Porsha and gave more. Kenya should make Mark be the bad guy. You just took this whole season ragging on his ass, rag tag, because again, he's the one making you look dumb. But because of these alliances, y'all are just focusing on bullshit. And to me, that's the reason the season was so bullshitty. And it was also the pandemic. It was both. Do we think Bolo asked Porsha? I think Bolo and Porsha agreed to not discuss it. I'm saying that's why he ain't said. Bolo only said why it was being filmed. Like right after the news came out in the blogs, he said he didn't do anything because again, he's a stripper. He's a whole stripper. He don't want people thinking he fucking the clients. So I feel as if both Bolo and Porsha both agree. Okay, we don't know about this, but that's what adults do. When you are an adult, when you fuck somebody, you can make it. Okay, let's not discuss. And if anybody asks, we're gonna say no. Period. And that's fine because that's what happens when that man. As long as there are 2 single people, I don't see an issue with that. Okay, people feel as if you are on TV or even YouTuber, that they have access to your life. No, you don't. That's why it's parts of my life y'all have no idea about. It's a reason, okay? It's a reason why y'all don't see all my friends. It's a reason. It's a reason, even him. It's a reason y'all will never see him. Okay, you have to keep certain things off here. It's the reason you may not see a few hymns. So you know what I'm saying? But again, we have to keep parts of our stuff private. And I don't see any issue with Porsha not wanting to talk about that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially because it's Kenya who wants her to talk about it. Not now if what's that man's name? If Dennis would have wanted an explanation because they were dealing with each other, she would have had to say something. Okay? But Porsha don't owe Marlo shit. Okay? At the end of the day, I have a co-parent. Do you, honey? And girl, look, I'm not team Porsha. I'm not team Kenya. I'm team common sense. I'm team adult. I'm team get out my fucking business. I'm team Kenya is too secretive and has lived a secretive life for too long on a reality show to want anyone to tell them something they've done. Okay? You still ain't showed your marriage license. Okay? We still don't even know if you and that man is really married. Okay? We have not really seen like, girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? Bye. And anyone who don't understand that Porsha has already drugged Kenya across the reunion floor, okay, seasons ago. She has every right to realize, you know what I'm saying? She gonna trick me to beat that ass. Let me not do that. I can't be her friend because of what she does. With Marlo, you can't trust Marlo because when she feels as if you don't do things how she wants you to do them, she will spray you with her own tea. Okay? Kandi tries to play neutral, but sometimes be on some bullshit. Okay? Cynthia, boring. Latoya, not that bad, I feel like, when she's not with Kenya. Drew can be cool if she stops lying. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. And wait, Kenya is vindictive, but at least she keeps it real. Does she? Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope y'all had a great chit chat with me. I'm so happy the season is over. We will see who comes on next season, how they, mix it up. I do want it to be a mix up. Again, I want Kenya to leave, and it's fine. I'm done. Okay, I'm not fussing with y'all. I'm gonna leave it be. Look, everyone, like the video. Everyone has their opinion on what happened. Everyone has an opinion. This is the thing. This is what y'all have to realize, whether you're Team Porsha or Team Kenya. No one has to agree with you. No one. Anyone who feels like Kenya is innocent and, oh my gosh, she's always the villain, that is perfectly fine because that is your opinion. The issue that most of us YouTubers have with, commenters or whatever is how y'all really feel as if we all have to agree. And I don't think we do. And everyone is entitled to their opinion. At the same time, Kenya full of shit. Again, in my opinion, my videos are never to make y'all all agree with me, ever. The whole point of my channel is like, you come here literally for my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So when we in a comment section or whatever, and y'all feel as if, well, you always say this and Kenya's always the villain. Because half the time, in my opinion, she is. But if you watch all my stuff, I have also gave Kenya props for other things. But when she's full of shit, she's full of shit. If y'all don't agree, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead with that. You know what I'm saying? Live your life, boo. I love you nonetheless. Anyway, we shall see. I will be live tomorrow for Johnson's Cabaret and Married to Medicine and stuff. And then whatever else tomorrow, I don't know. But again, have a good night, everyone. Again, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Be happy, be proud, be get a hug from somebody, have some good sex. And as y'all know, I always tell y'all, okay, do not send your cooch via text. If he wants it, he will come and get it. Okay, gotta go. Peace.